I do have some other things to address here.
Uh-oh.
No, not bad. I'm sure that I can't find them. Oh, I got your message that says you have questions. I did not have that when we were in the building somehow. Maybe you're not on the network in there. There's fucking 4 different internets in there now. Yeah. I'm sure it's not good for our brains.
That's why I bought you that shungite for your desk. The big square. There we go.
All right, so in our private group, we're not going to say the name. If you're not smart enough to figure it out, I don't need you there. You know, every now and then you see some whiny bitch talking shit about John having a subscription through YouTube and recently complaining about a Patreon page he set up. If you are someone that wants to buy into this community through those 2 places, that wants to help others support efforts and help offset some of the cost of producing the content, you get it. The value that exists there is always fucking more than what you're paying. That's not what I want. I wanted to go, I
think if you're talking about that subject, there's something on the main page.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to address that. Okay, the gist of it is, Austin put up that we have a Patreon page, and we're starting to put content up there. I'm not sure, so the Patreon thing's cool, but you don't post videos to Patreon, you post links. So if we put private videos on YouTube and then put the link to them, the people on Patreon could access those videos. But if YouTube locks you down, then you're fucked because all your videos on YouTube. So we're posting videos someplace else, and that will give you links to it. And there's a dude on there who's like, man, I really like these 2 guys. And he's talking about Scully. So in order to see a video with me and Scully, he has to be in the membership.
There's we have shorts, and
right.
Every now and then we'll throw up a video.
And he's like, but to pay for this, I just don't need to pay for it. They put out so much actionable content that's life-changing. I just don't see paying $5 for this. You just said that we put out content that's actionable that has changed your life. So don't pay it. Why skyline yourself like that, though, right? Why? And this is for anyone, right? Don't get involved in negative shit. Just fucking skip over it. I might tell her, yeah, I'm not paying for this, and this is why or whatever. But I'm definitely not going to fucking put that out there. What do you care? You just said we put out content that makes your life better in some manner. Are you a customer? Where $5? You can't. And I didn't ask him to pay. I've never. And then here's. I guess this is the thing, right? I don't recognize his name. I don't see any interactions with him anywhere. I put his name in the system. I don't have him in the fucking order system. I don't find him on YouTube. I don't know where he came from. And I'm like, so what's your last order number? Because my intention was I was going to refund you.
Yeah.
I was going to give you fucking whatever the cost of your last order back, because things must be fucking tight for you or whatever. He never replied. And I'm like, look, man. And I tagged him. I'm like, this requires an answer. Fuck that guy. Whatever. Do your thing. But I would never have that. I wouldn't even know that. I do a live every night. I've never seen that dude on there. We've never had a conversation. It just makes no sense.
Not only that, we know that if we charged $100 a month for Patreon, we would make more money than $5 a month. But you specifically, but I'm on board with it, want to have content for everybody, whether they can afford it or not. So we have different levels, you know? So there's no reason to be mad that somebody is getting something extra because they pay for it.
Well, and so Nicole actually talked about this yesterday on one of her podcasts, one of her lives with Amy Dingman. And then I've heard Jack mention it a lot of times too. But there are people that have Patreon pages with no content at all.
Yeah.
It's just a way to support the creator. If you appreciate what they do, you just hey, I pledge $5 a month so that you can keep doing this, right? Yep. These microphones right here, this setup, what'd this cost?
$1,100.
$1,100. That camera, when we bought it, was $3,000. The tripod that motherfucker is sitting, and you can get a cheaper tripod, but the tripod right there is $700 when we bought it. The light overhead here, That thing's over $1,000 when it's all said and done, right?
And that's just equipment. That doesn't include the time.
And that's just part of the equipment. Like, people have no concept of the cost, right? Like, I pay 2 dudes to do this stuff. We don't even make, like, I pay more every week than we make in a month doing this shit. Like, that's not what it was about. We just started doing it, you know? And nobody cared. You know what I didn't see? I didn't see, hey, thank you. Yeah. Like, I only saw when you were mad about something that you didn't have to do. It's not like we took anything away. And people are so set on that. Jack did podcasts for 17 years. I know he says it's less, but it's not. He's not fucking right about it. It's actually longer, because I came home from prison in 2005. Jack started his podcast right after that, right? So, but when he does these member support brigades, right, you get access to the back end on his closed group, and he has all kinds of sponsors in there that have a bigger discount, right? So if you used a couple of those things every year, it would pay for itself on the money you save. And I don't know what he charges for it now, but there's always people talking shit. They're not members. You don't have to be. You don't lose anything for it. And that's what Nicole said. She's like, people pay you to join a membership or whatever, $5, $10, and they have boundary issues. And I think it's even more with a female. But she's like, they just want to see all these things. And I put so much content up, and people just like pissing and moaning. Like, we watched a video yesterday from Roots and Refuge, and she's like, most of my friends were always kind of crunchy, and I think that means like granola and kind of hippie and barefoot bitches and, you know, like that, like health food type people. And she's like, you know, I always called it real food. Just eat real food. Fuck, we say that. But this lady got on her shit and was like, what did she say? Equitable.
Marginal.
Like, marginal.
Marginalizing.
Look, let me be very clear here. I'm not equitable. I'm not marginal. I'm not inclusive. I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. I don't care about an ESG score. I'm not going to use your pronouns. If you look like a boy, I'm going to call you a boy. If you look like a dude wearing some lipstick and you introduce yourself as Jennifer, I'm going to probably remember to call you her, right? But whatever, I don't give a shit. We're here for a common theme. I'm not here for your imagination or your make-believe club, right? If we show up at the Ren Fair and you're dressed as a fairy, right? I'll be like, oh, that's a fairy today. But if I see you out in public without your fucking elf ears or whatever and your tits hanging out, I'm going to be like, what's up, Bob? You know, if you got a beard. So it just makes no sense. But the Roots and Refuge chick went on for 30 minutes probably, all touchy-feely and shit. When the real answer is fuck off. Why can't we just get back to fuck off? Like, I'm going to do what I want to do, and you're going to come here, and you're going to like what I'm doing, and you're going to come back. Or you're going to come here and you're not going to like it, and you're going to go the fuck someplace else. And I'm okay with that. That's fine. As far as the revenue stuff, like, I tell people all the time, I just had a kid in here from London.
He was cool.
Lived in Ireland. He's in London. He's in town right now taking the trifecta. And I said, can you have pistols? He's like, nope. Can you have a gun? He's like, yeah, but you got to do a bunch of stuff, and you can only have a 22 caliber gun in England, in Europe, over there. I said, can you come here? And he goes, we're working on that. My wife's business is talking about relocating her as the spouse. I get to come to the United States.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm like, what do you like to do? And we were looking around, and he's like, man, this is so cool. I go, you could have this. Like, you could do this. Mm-hmm. And he's like, and I'm talking about multiple streams of revenue, right? I go, people have this concept that they have to do this thing. And they've been programmed that money isn't everything. If money's not everything, why do you go someplace you hate for so little money every day, right? What do you work 40, 50, 60 hours a week and then pay your bills and the money left over? What do you do with that money? What's that thing you love to do? Take that and make that your business, right? And then you don't have to make all your money from that, because you're going to build content, and the right people that want to see your content show up and they're willing to give you $5 a piece. You might have 10,000 people watching, but if 1,000 will give you $5, there's $5,000, right? And then you have Amazon links, and you talk about some product you use. And this kid likes real estate. He likes to do real estate, and he wants to buy houses and, upgrade them and then rent them and do stuff. And I'm like, something else maybe you could do while you're doing that, because what you're going to find is the guys that are going to fix that shit, that's going to be you right now when you move to the United States, right? And you get good at that. Now you know what's involved, and you develop a company and you build another side company that actually works. You just have another LLC of dudes that work on these properties, because if you're working on the property, you're not doing the deals that make the money. You're putting the labor in. You don't want to be the labor, right? So do a whole YouTube channel on how to manage that other management company. And then you've got all these Airbnbs. If you could be a management company for them and provide employees that would go out to these places once and do the bed turnovers and the sheets and just kind of manage these places and fix drippy faucets and shit, that's a whole nother aspect, right? And because you're doing that, you could show the content. You could show the items that you're using and the Amazon links, right? This is where we get them. You don't have to get them here, but here's the product that we prefer, and this is why we use it. They don't have to buy the product. They just have to click the link, and then you're going to get a percentage of everything they make. And you don't have to disguise that or be sneaky. You can tell them that, right? So if you're making $5 from 1,000 people, even though you have 10,000 people, how many of the people that won't buy your membership will click the Amazon link because they use Amazon anyways? Yep. And you might get $5,000 off of that per month, right? Well, what other shit could you do like that?
With that Amazon link thing too, I specifically, because everybody has them, I specifically go for smaller creators that I enjoy. Because, like, for instance, I listen to Adam Carolla every day.
Love it, yeah.
When I fall asleep, so it's like every single day I listen to him. I'll never use his click-through link. He doesn't need it,
Right.
Somebody who I really want to see succeed because they give me just as much value or more than Adam Carolla, I'm using their link every time.
Yeah. So does it repopulate every time, right?
I don't know how that works.
I don't either. But so for guys that don't want to join our membership, I don't know who's a member and not a member, number one, right?
Yeah.
I can't
He's not even a member.
I can't see it. It's my shit. I can't see who the members. I can't find it. I spent 30 minutes last night looking for it, right? So thank you. Like, you know where that money is? It's sitting in YouTube right now. I've never taken a dime out. Well, there's $20,000 in YouTube right now. Like, full disclosure. All of the money that people think you make off YouTube videos. We just broke 20 grand right now. There's $20,000 in YouTube. From the year it started, from the day it started to right now, we've earned 20 grand. I pulled $7,500 out. I was in the other building, so whenever that was.
I was going to say a decade ago.
It put a transmission in the Porsche. That's what I used the money for. I did that and paid Porsche and Pierre and everything. $7,500. The rest of the money's in YouTube. It's never come out of YouTube. So it's not like we ain't living and playing with it and shit. So thank you for supporting. We're growing this. We're trying to do this more. We've got some other things we're going to do with this and take this in a couple different directions. I pay Austin. I pay Brandel, who's not here right now. Jeff, when he sits next to me, I pay Jeff every week to come in here and do that. So that's what this is becoming, right? We just shot a video yesterday for the M1 Grand Chest Rig, when you guys see that. She went and bought ammo that was given to Jeff. Jeff brought his rifle in. Jeff took the ammo home, right? So all those things, that all cost something, and that's what that's going to cover. That's where that goes to. But all this shit, Austin bought these. All this other shit, it came out of my pocket, right? And because I'm dumb, so that's at a tax rate that I fucking pay way higher on.
Yeah, well, but the thing is we wanted to build something that offers value, and we weren't thinking about making money.
And we did. How many videos did we put out before we even had a membership level?
Yeah, I mean,
a lot.
A lot.
We waited a long time. So, and then the Patreon thing is because we just got a strike. Somebody asked about what that was about. Nearest we can tell, they pulled the video down. We reloaded the video and kept it private to watch it. And Jeff was talking about when he was running around in Temecula during the 2019, 2020, and how when you go from LA, everybody's full lockdown, but when you go to Temecula, nobody was locked down. That's the only thing it could have been. We were there, and those aren't the guidelines now, but we mentioned it. That video was recorded a couple weeks ago. We mentioned that, and they dinged us for medical disinformation. So we're like, well, this is the third time we've had a strike. The strikes come off after 90 days. So right now we're sitting with 1 strike. Bear Independent's sitting with 2 strikes. So if he gets another strike, his channel's gone. So we thought, okay, so we're double uploading to Rumble, and we will have everything, but none of the old content. We got 4,000 real fucking videos. Like all that history, when they pull that down, that shit's gone, right? So we're double uploading, so it loads over to Rumble, and that's where we'll link everything from the Patreon. So that's just a way, hey, I like what you guys are doing, thanks. You don't have to do it. If you watch our content on a regular basis, man, use my Amazon link. Everybody buys on Amazon. If you don't, more power to you. You're stronger than I am. I buy because Amazon comes in here every day.
Every day.
Comes in here from the post office. FedEx brings Amazon here. UPS brings it. Use that, right? Awesome. You don't need that? Whatever. You don't use Amazon. Use one of our Radio Made Easy. I don't get any money from Evan. Evan has started his company about a year ago and was just laid off. I don't know if this is even public. He was laid off from his full-time job, and that's real now, right? Evan needs your money. You don't like me? You want some radio comm gear? Get with Evan. Do some business with Evan, right? Benchmade Signs and Gifts, I have an affiliate link with him. I don't even remember what it is. You want an awesome fucking sign? Anything you want. You have a logo, you want something, you want a really cool wedding present for somebody or a Christmas gift, and you want it to be unique, something that they're never going to get anywhere else. Benchmark Signs and Gifts. That dude reached out when he was starting his company years ago. They've done amazing business. It's him and his wife. It's just incredible. Like, if you're not doing business, do business with somebody. He doesn't pay me to be here. He's like, hey, I'll hook you up with this sign because you're going to use these signs. He's made all these signs. I'm like, no, you're not. I'll pay for them. Send me a PayPal link. I'll pay them right now. I've paid for every one of these full price, great quality. Some of these logos we've turned into t-shirts. Some of them we haven't. Like, everybody needs clothing. I do a shirt every week. We do a shirt. We do 120 pieces. We almost never rerun the shirt. Buy a shirt, give it to a friend. Buy 2 shirts, one for a friend. Whatever it is, just do something. Spend your money in the community, even if it's not with us. Just do whatever you feel is right. But if you have a problem with something, like, man, I can't believe he's, just fucking keep your fucking mouth shut. Like, go do something of your own worth doing. Because never do I click on those dudes' names and they've done fucking anything. There's nothing there. It's always memes. And usually, I really feel like they're using a bullshit account because it's somebody you fucking know. People, be careful who you share your successes with, because most of the people that can touch war within arm's reach, most of the people, they're not really happy for you. Just remove them from your life.
I was just going to say, Pierre made it a good way to see that. He's like, watch when you get success, watch how people act. You can tell if they're actually happy for you.
Yeah.
Yep, and if absolutely. They're not, what do you don't need.
And as soon as you turn around, must be nice. Yeah, it's fucking nice. People say that shit now, right? You know what they didn't see? The 30 fucking years before now.
Or even right now, when you're on live stream until 10 p.m. and then you're up until 1 sewing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it must be nice that you're planning a vacation, but I can't because I have work to do.
Yeah, you're never going to see me in Paris. You're never going to see me at Disneyland or Disney World, right?
Yeah,
I don't.
Say Egypt, because I have a feeling you're going to be taken to Egypt.
Somebody's going to take me to Egypt?
Well, if Amanda has
No, we're not going to Egypt. No. I have shit to do. I'm still not done.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm talking about Willis, one of the realest to try. My family, SOE, got the tools to survive.